sports.
Typical empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
Typical empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
Typical empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
Typical empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
Typical empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
When he has to go do number 2. That freedom, that's how Ladies in Sport feels this way. So after this, it's going to be something different. It's going to be something unique. It's going to be something away from the ordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, to kick this off, I want you to appreciate yourself for making it thus far to the 10th edition. 10th edition of Ladies in Sport. Is that how you clap for yourself? Is that how you want to appreciate yourself? Is that how you want to tell yourself, well done for making it here today? Come on, let me hear the round of applause. Come on. Oh yes, it's a beautiful day and it's showered already. It means that today's blessed already. Whenever it showers, it pours down a lot of blessing. And we are always grateful when it showers. So today, for the fact that it showered this afternoon, it means that today is blessed. And you're blessed for making today, isn't it? Oh, yes. I am the host of Day 2 of the Ladies in Sports Summit, and I am honored to be the host. I am Onyinyechi Obaro. And I tell people, my name is Gift of God. Gift of God. So standing here alone, hello, I'm a gift. I'm a gift. Hello, you have gifts in front of you. Hello. Come on, thank you. Clap for me, but don't wrap me home. Don't wrap me home, but you have gifts in front of you. So I'm Onyinyechi Obaro. I'm a sports anchor with News Central TV. So I am your host for today. And there's one thing I love to do. If you were here yesterday, can you raise your hand, please? Yes, I'm happy we have only 2 hands raised. Yes. Oh, they are growing. 4 hands raised. So, for others, you missed a lot. Please, let's tell them, they don't miss a lot. They miss big time. We're not supposed to show you the highlights because you deserve to be pained and choked. But we would have mercy. So, we have to go with our chant for today. And you know how it is when it's 10 years. We're not keeping calm. Oh. Are you going to keep calm for 10 years? Oh, why am I having only 2 persons talking to me? Are you going to keep calm for 10 years? At all, not at all. So we're going to make it loud. We're going to tell Oregon that something is happening here today, and it is the 10th anniversary of Ladies in Sport Conference. So I'm going to teach you something. So you go, Ladies in Sport, and you go, we are 10 over 10 plus 10 times 10 minus nothing. You see the way you did your face? That's how you should give the attitude. Oh, yes. So, are you ready? Let's try it. Ladies in Sport is 10 over 10 plus 10 times 10 minus nothing. Again, Ladies in Sport is okay, but this time around, put attitude in that conversation. Put attitude. Are you ready to put the attitude? Can we cut the attitude? Attitude, please. Are you ready? Ladies in Sport is 10 over 10 plus 10 times 10 minus nothing. Yes, thank you. That's the attitude I was looking for. That's what we do here, and that's what we are celebrating. So give it up for Ladies in Sport. Round of applause for them. Come on. We're about to get started, and it's about to get hot. Day 1, for all those who missed it, we were given. I got 1.5 million. Atinuke, what did you get? You can't lie past the person who had the lie. But we got something more than 2 million, more than 1.5 million, because there were a lot of things said here, a lot thought here, and we went home fully packed. I tell you for a truth. We went home fully packed. Every single panelist that came in yesterday, they were top-notch. They were wonderful. They were superb and were beautiful women who came in. So, even though we are celebrating Ladies in Sport, we still have a very good heart. We have a space for the men, isn't it? And that's why you can be here. Give it up for him for coming up. Come on, please. A round of applause. I love men who support women. Yes, of course. So we're going to clap for every single man in the room. So give it up for also him for coming up to support women. You call that handshake. Oh my God, every single man. Come on, give it up for the stand guys. Come on. Jesus, for the fact that you had cornrows. Don't let me miss you for a woman. Give it up for him, please, for supporting us. Thank you. The round of applause is dying. It is dying. It's not supposed to die. Please give it up for him. Give it up for him for supporting women. For supporting women. Give it up for him also, supporting women. Thank you so much. Thank you. Also, give it up for this gentleman for supporting women. It's great because we always have a soft spot for men. We have that side where we say, okay, just come and support us. That's what we do. But time to kick off this wonderful day 2 of the Ladies in Sport Conference, and we will be doing that by honoring this great country, Nigeria. Nigeria, you might be saying Tinubu Naira and everything, but my country is my country. Nigeria is my country, it's my homeland, and I respect my homeland. Can we be on our feet as we take the national anthem, please? On the count, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. A round of applause for our great country, Nigeria. Not many of us sang the national anthem, but let's not go into that conversation. Oh yes, live it, live it, live it, live it, live it. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. So now that we've honored this great country, Nigeria, it's time to pepper you and to choke you and to make you salivate for the fact that you missed day 1. We are giving you the day 1 highlights of Ladies in Sport 10th anniversary. Please take the stage.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years, and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very thing.
Were you bubbled? Were you choked?
Yes, but I wasn't here.
Why didn't you make it here yesterday? Work, okay, but you're here for day 2, and we're glad. So please, your attention will be needed for day 2 because day 2 is fully packed. Now is that time for you to hear from the convener of this wonderful event. This event that has gone through year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7. We're still moving to 8, 9, and now year 10. Ladies in sport, 10 over 10 plus 10 times 10 minus nothing. We have the convener of Ladies in Sport, Tega Onojaife. She's here to give her speech.
All right, good morning, everybody, and thank you for taking the time out to come out on this rainy day. We're so grateful. Without you, Ladies in Sports wouldn't have 10 years. This support that we get year in, year out is why we are here. So we want to say thank you for showing up today. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for being here. Please, a round of applause for yourselves. Thank you. All right, so we've had 10 years of the Ladies in Sports International. And what happens is when you start a journey, you have something in mind. And then you hit reality. And then you, you decide that something else has to happen for your vision to come true. And then you hit data because times are ever changing. And so you have to follow the changing data. And so you have to adjust as you go. And after 10 years, Ladies in Sports is adjusting. All right? So we have the same vision. Like I said, we started out with a purpose. The same vision, just a different outlook. All right? So the initial mission for Ladies in Sports Conference was to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional, and that is key, sports career, and be active and realize her full potential through the sports industry. Now, through the sports industry doesn't mean in the sports industry, because you can use your sports to get education, which is part of what we talked about yesterday with all the sports scholarship. I know that there was a research done, and they said that I think it was 90-something% of women in top management positions, CEOs, I'm talking of global leaders now, CEOs, MDs, tech founders, had had a sports career at some point in their life, either as a college student or something else, but they always went through sports. So 90-something percentile, that's a high one. So when we say through the sports industry, we don't necessarily mean in the sports industry. It could be from the sports industry into tech, into finance, into any other place. All right? And our vision was always to build a vibrant, inclusive community that celebrates the achievement of women in sports and advocates for their rights. So the current activities we have right now at the annual conferences, the grants and awards given to grassroots athletes, all right? And then the celebration dinners that we've had, She's Greatness and the rest of them. But we are going to have a new look LIS International. And the reason why is we cannot become what we need to be by remaining who we are. That's what Oprah said. The truth of the matter is we had a vision, but now we've entered the market and we've seen gaps. And those gaps we have to plug. Those gaps for athletes, those gaps for women in administration, those gaps for women in journalism, those gaps for investments, because at the end of the day, women's sports is business, and that part of women's sports cannot be gendered. Business is for everybody, which is why you see the men here, all right? And so we have a strategic way that we are going to approach this expansion. we're going to move from just conferences to having professional platforms. The first one we'll talk about is the professional paid roundtables, the invitational tournaments for athletes, because we have to get money directly into the hands of athletes. That one we borrowed from FIFA World Cup. So how do we get money directly into the hands of athletes as opposed to administrators, just getting all the funding and doing what they want? That's why we're having those invitational tournaments. And then there's certified courses for athletes, journalists, and women in sports management so that they can go on to further their career either in sports or outside sports, all right? So the first professional roundtables is to facilitate high-level discussions between athletes, sponsors, and industry leaders to drive investments in women's sports. Now, at these roundtables, they are exclusive invites only. Not like this one that we put the link online. Once you register, you can attend. These ones are exclusive. And the reason we wanted these intimate meetings was so that people can have one-on-one, mentorship and expertise to grow. So it's a small class of maybe 15 to 20 people with experts in the industry paying specific attention to your specific issues. Now, one of the reasons I chose that is I'm also a beneficiary of a class like that. One of our sponsors, MTN, have given me a fully funded scholarship to study a professional course that will help me expand on that. And what we do is that we have intimate experts coming in, day out, to tell us how to grow, how to become more impactful in our business, how to become more profitable. And I think that sports women can benefit from that because we have all these programs for women in business, women in STEM, women in acting or creative or in the entertainment industry, but women in sports seem to be left behind. So we are creating that. Now, this expert coaching with industry leaders will have Chatham House rules, which means they are not going to be seeing the clips on social media. It's exclusive to them so that they can have the opportunity to talk and talk about their real problems so that they can get real solutions, all right? It's going to be focused on sponsorships, media rights, career development, and there'll also be opportunities for athletes, especially, and individuals to pitch personal and team projects. So these industry leaders also have the opportunity to be investors. And so what happens is when these athletes get in front of them, they can pitch their personal projects or their personal ideas. All right, next slide. And then these are the certified courses. Now, because of that MTN funded scholarship, this is why I created this. This will be fully sponsored courses. All right, so you may have to write a test or an essay or something to get into this. But these are fully sponsored courses for sports professionals, and you get certificates at the end of it that you can add to your resume or your CV to progress in your career, but targeted at people, women in the sports industry. And then these are the invitational tournaments. Now, these ones is where we focus on the schools and the local clubs. So they have an invitational tournament, maybe pre-season, and then we have a payment strategy where the money gets directly in the hands of athletes. We don't want athletes to come to social media and tell us that government has not paid them. That's not how sports works. Sports works in the way that government create the policies, the private sector sponsors. That's where the money comes from. And so we get monies into the hands of athletes. So when athletes are saying, oh, I'm a footballer, oh, I'm a tennis player, oh, I'm a cricketer, they can say, this is my house from their sports career. They can say, oh, my family is living comfortably, not that they're living from hand to mouth. And so this is why these invitational tournaments were created. There'll be live broadcasting and media partnerships. There'll be local community and fan engagement so that people in the community can recognize the athletes and the clubs and, with their passion, support them, all right? All of this is to create enhanced visibility for female sports, attract global attention to female sports. that's where we're moving to. All right, this is a call to action now for everybody, especially those included in this room. For athletes, we want you to engage in upcoming events. We don't want to send letters to you that there's an invitational track and field. I say, I don't want to run this week. You miss out on the opportunity to gain from that event. So engage actively in upcoming events and leverage networking opportunities. Right here, right now, there are people that can change your stories, make you more popular, increase your social net worth, and you need to take advantage of those. So network opportunities are provided, just leverage on them. Now for sponsors, we want you to invest in all these events that we are doing so that we can grow women's sports and support talented athletes. For media partners, we want you to provide coverage to amplify the visibility of women. There's a study that women sports and women athletes only have 14% of media attention. I don't understand that. Do you know that, and today I'm not wearing the same outfit, but do you know that the most successful team in Africa is the national women's team of Nigeria? Why are they not the one filling your screen? Do you know that we have a world record holder in track and field? Why is she not all over your screens? So those are the things we need to know. You can't give them 14% now. You have to give them more. When they set records like that, we have a Paralympian that held 2 world records. She set the first world record, and then for good measure, because, you know, today is Sunday, she broke it and set another one. That's the woman that should be on your screen every day, not the one that can banter on social media. No. We want the ones that are performing off court and on court. It's important to have as many women as possible on your TV screen. So if you're a media partner here, you can chase, you can cover everybody you want, but once you see a woman's team, football, cricket, track and field, don't ignore them. Make sure your camera guys are there to cover, to amplify, and promote the visibility of female athletes. And for supporters, we want you to attend. We are so grateful you're attending this event. I can see tables filled and getting filled. So I want to thank you for attending this event, but as much as possible, we also want you to attend women sports events. So this is the call to action that we have. And Ladies in Sports is just trying to redefine the landscape of women's sports by celebrating professional platforms that provide financial opportunities for athletes and women that work in the sports industry, in every area of the sports industry. And on that note, I want to wrap up with this Eleanor Roosevelt quote. She said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." So if you believe your dreams are beautiful, the future belongs to you. And on that note, I want to say thank you so much for the support. Thank you for coming, and hope you have a wonderful rest of the event.
Applause for her, please. She's the Covina of Ladies in Sports. She has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now 10. A round of applause for
I've been
Tech.
part of Ladies in Sport International for a couple of years now, and it's been really, really great being a part of an amazing movement, an amazing, program. I remember my very first episode, very first edition, being a part of the conference where we had, just a couple of women just like me. It was a small gathering, and then we're together just pretty much brainstorming and thinking, discussing how, we can actually move further as women who are in sport.
I remember when LIS International started.
I've been a part of Ladies in Sport International for a couple of years now, and it's been really, really great being a part of an amazing movement, an amazing, program. I remember my very first episode, very first edition, being a part of the conference where we had, just a couple of women just like me. It was a small gathering, and then we're together just pretty much brainstorming and thinking, discussing how, we can actually move further as women who are in sport.
I remember when LIS International started. It started in a bar, and its founder, Tega Onoja-Ife, she had a dream, she had a vision, and she made it happen.
I still remember the very first edition. I came all the way from Akure, Ondo State. I was living in Ondo State at the time. I was one of the very few female sports journalists, and I came for that event. I met people like Gloria Lozie, Choma Junwa, and a host of other beautiful men and women in sport. It was a very wonderful event. I knew at that event that there was more to be done, especially in reportage, of sport events, especially for women in sport.
I had an opportunity to participate in the Ladies in Sports Conference in 2019 in Lagos, Nigeria, and I must say that it was a great experience. I learned a lot. I really learned a lot. I was really inspired from speakers, from friends, from anybody that I met at the conference. Really helped me to grow.
One thing that I've picked from this gathering particularly is the fact that I've been able to network with people just like me, and I know that I have a community just behind me who are able to help me grow. People who are just like-minded like me, I see people who actually inspire me to be some of those things that I've always wanted to be, and I just wonder how can it happen.
I'm super grateful for the journey, and I'm grateful to also have been part of the process. I've been an anchor at different LIS events. I've been a panel moderator, so I say thank you also for the opportunity.
There was a speaker like Mesitego, who was a football player, and then became a referee and then later a coach. Now currently she's a coach. She shared the story of her journey. It was very inspiring. Very interesting story, and I learned a lot from her. When you are in this industry as a woman, you just have to be strong. You just have to focus on the goal. Other than that, you're going to miss out. I was inspired. I was encouraged to keep fighting in this male-dominated industry,
I participated in the LIS Skills Lab training, and I must say it really helped my career because I was able to learn some technical skills, and I gained valuable insights where I realized the power of networking and mentorship, and it really helped me develop my career. And now I'm able to tell my story in a unique way.
I want to take a moment to say a big thank you to Ladies in Sport for the grant nomination. Receiving the Ladies in Sports grant nomination was an incredible moment for me. It was more than just a financial support. It was a recognition of my dedication and hard work. The grant played a critical role in my participation for the 2022 Commonwealth Games, allowing me to train effectively and focus on my performance. I am truly grateful to Ladies in Sport for believing in my journey and empowering female athletes like myself. Thank you for making a difference.
I'm astounded, I'm blown away by how far LIS International has come, and also I'm inspired by how far it's going to go and all the women it's going to take with it on its journey. Congratulations, 10 years.
Thank you so much, LIS International, and congratulations on your 10th anniversary.
Keep soaring, keep excelling.
Congratulations to you, and here's to many more years ahead.
God bless you and happy anniversary.
Of applause. That's indeed a nostalgic feeling, because at this time I just had to record year 1, year 2, year 3. Do I need to give someone tissue? Tell me, by a raise of hand, you were at year 1 of the Ladies in Sport Conference. Please signify by raising your hand. You know he should get President General among the nation, because he should get that song. He's the only one that made it to the... You better raise your hand very well. Yes, of course, two persons were there, so they know what it feels to make it to 10. You're at year 2. Raise up a hand, please. Raise your hand. Year 2. Please don't raise your hand again. Leave it for us. Year 3, please. Serious? Year 4. Year 5. Oh, thank you for making year 5. Year 6. 7. 8. It seems the hands will not go down there. 9. Every one of you. Why did you come to 10? You were not year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you're here at year 10. So we should suffer and you come and eat it. But it's all good. Thank you for making year 10. A round of applause for yourself. You know, the documentary I just watched, I got a message. Ladies, let no one tell you you cannot succeed, because excellence knows no gender. Is a respecter of no gender, baby. Let nobody tell you that. You think Tega did not get the negatives? She did. If I give her the floor to share the negatives, we won't go home today. But there were negatives, there were challenges, there were fights, battles she had to, conquer. But look at her on a red gown, the lady in red, and now we are celebrating 10 years. Congratulations to Ladies in Sport. Now, of course, if you did not make it to day one had a lot of panel, and which you can see, of course, on the screen over there. We're about to kick off the first panel discussion where you will need to pay attention. I need your attention. You know, time is the most precious thing for a man. It's the most precious thing for me. If I give you my time, you know you are important. I'm telling you. Do you know what it is for someone to come to you and waste your time? You say, why did you just waste my time? So time for me is the most precious thing I've got. So thank you for giving us your time today. So do not go home. Carry come. You don't want carry go. Don't do that to yourself. Please pay attention to this panel at this time, because we're about to take the first panel. And the first panel, we have beautiful women who will be sharing the story, the success story, because it's 10 years already, and it's something we need to celebrate. So, of course, we have the first panel, which will have to be all about the crisis of sport media visibility for women and sports in Nigeria. Tega, am I on the right track? That's the panel. All right. So we have the speakers. We've got Deborah Okechi, who is the media sales for Africa Sport Network. We also have Deborah. Are you Deborah Okechi? Wait now, you're a queen. We cannot just make you stand up that way. So we also have Deborah Jayoba. Yes, who is the editor-in-chief, Africa Sport Network. So for the queens in the house, the two Deborah, they're taking us to the war. Remember that Deborah fought war. But you both will not be fighting wars today. Of course, let them make their way. Round of applause as they make their way to the stage for the first panel. The panel will be talking about the crisis of sport media visibility for women and sports in Nigeria. We go through a lot for people to see us. We want the eyeballs. And these women will make it easier for us, make us understand what it is to fight this battle, to fight this attention. We need attention, so they will make it easy. Deborah Okechi and Deborah Jayoba, who is the editor-in-chief of Africa Sport Network. And to take this panel, to lead and moderate this panel, will be the convener of Ladies in Sport Conference. I do not want you to sit without clapping. Clap those hands for her. Tega will be taking this panel. So, Tega, you take the floor.
All right, this is on. And like I said, I had to bring it to my height. All right, on that note, so we are talking, good morning everybody, we are talking to Africa Sports Network. Now, what they do is they tell the stories of athletes and leagues and different sports on their website. And so they know a lot about coverage that we're trying to talk about. The first thing we are going to talk about now in this crisis of sports media visibility for women in Nigeria. The objective of this session is to shed light on the systemic issues contributing to the low media visibility in women's sports. That's the first thing we're trying to do. First of all, currently, let's talk about the current landscape. Now, evidence suggests that male athletes receive significantly more coverage in Nigerian media. Studies reporting that male athletes have about 85.4% of coverage. Female athletes have about 14.6%. That's what we have. All right. So these are great issues in the sports industry. There's limited coverage of grassroots women's sports initiatives, lack of in-depth analysis for women's sports. They really talk about how beautiful they look. Oh, yes. You know, we're watching the World Cup last year. Some of us were watching football. Some people were watching which athlete was more well endowed. Can you remember that? Yes, on social media. They were not discussing the defending. They were not discussing the football. They were discussing which athlete was most well endowed. In fact, there was one social media handle that, you know, was trying to describe who is the most beautiful. Now, I don't have a problem with doing that, because even with men's sports, we do both. You check the athletes, you check the game. But with the women's sport, they seem to only check the athletes and leave the game. So the lack of in-depth analysis with women's sports is part of the problem. So when a study came up on why a lot of female athletes were having ACL injuries, commentators couldn't even do the research, so they couldn't understand it. And that's part of the struggle, those in-depth thoughts. We have as limited as possible, and we want those going. But let's talk about the issues contributing to that. The first issue, how can we change the coverage of women's sports? Like, just increase the amount of women's sports we see before we start talking about how to analyze the women's game.
Hello?
Okay. Since your mic is up, let's take that first.
All right. Thank you. First of all, I would like to say congratulations to Ladies in Sports International on the 10th anniversary. We're very glad to celebrate this with you. And thanks for having us. All right, so to the question, one thing is very significant in this particular study, which she just gave us the percentage of coverage, and we get to see the systemic issues that the Nigerian women sports industry, right, has to face. So first of all, we get to see that there is this overflow, there is this widespread of perception, the perception that we have towards sports. So one of the crises is that the foundational belief system regarding sports in Nigeria, especially for females. You see, we have the stereotypic belief that, oh, the woman should be the wife, you know, the lady, you know, be girlish, you know, all of those things are stereotypic beliefs. And one way or the other, we see it in homes, we see it in schools. So even when we see our girl child go to school and they do sports, it's just for exercise. They don't build them to that space of knowing that, oh, it's a talent, it's a skill that you can, you know, learn, you know, grow with, and which will eventually serve as maybe a career path for you. So essentially, I would say that one of the crises is the fact that our perception as Nigerians regarding the women sports industry, it is not good enough. And it's almost like a cultural mindset that we have, which we need to change. One of the first things that we need to change is our perception towards women when we engage in sports. I would like to mention other things, but I should give my colleague.
That would, another issue is lack of women in journalism. We have limited women in the press, as editors, and you can't become what you don't see, right? So, thing women in journalism face also is lack of mentorship, harassment, and this is way beyond what we see, real issues. So I think, like she said, stereotype, lack of women in journalism, and also funding, investment. These are the ways in which we could support women and
I think ultimately, when it comes to sports in Nigeria, the lack of funding, all of that, it's not a women's thing. It's a sports thing. Even the men are struggling to get the funds. So ultimately, I think our perception of sports in Nigeria have to change. But I agree with that, especially when you talk to parents and they say, oh, I don't want my child to look like a girl, or to look like a boy. I'm here to tell you, muscles is human. It's not gender-based, all right? Yeah. Muscles is human-based. So women have muscles too. And when you get older and you go to the doctor, it's the first thing they'll tell you to do is build muscle. You will know you need to get muscles. All right, but that's the journalists in the room today, the investors in the room today. What do we tell journalists so that we can increase the coverage of women's sports?
Thank you, Ma. So one thing we must realize is that media coverage, the sports media, there is a driving force, and that force is the fact that there is need for value. Before visibility, you are presenting something. You are creating a demand for yourself. So if we want the women's sports industry to, it's an ecosystem on its own, and if we want to really influence and change perspective, I mean, the journalists that are here, the investors that are here, how do we make them do that? We have to, first of all, realize that this is beyond, gender, emotional, using femininity kind of skill. So we have to come to the place of knowing that there is need for value. When we watch EPL, when we watch UEFA Champions League, there's something we're looking for: entertainment. We're looking for drama. We're looking for precision. We're looking for intuitiveness. We're looking for skill. So when we have all of that, and it is visible, it is shown to the world, it is highlighted, it's spotlighted, then we are able to take it out and say, oh, we have an investor and would like you to join us. This is what we've been doing. This is what we've been creating. And then we have to, get engagement. We have fan base and all of that. So there's a lot in the circle, right? There's a lot in the circle. But the first thing that I feel like we should do, apart from the awareness and advocacy, knowing that sports for girl child or for a woman is a normal journey, normal adventure, normal career that everyone or anyone can
is to create the value system.
Exactly.
Because I was going to touch on that. We're talking about the women's sport. I'm talking about Arsenal women. So next season, they're going to play, I think, about 50% or above of their matches at the all of their matches at the Emirates Stadium. One of the reasons is that this season they tried a few matches at the Emirates Stadium, and people were coming to watch. And that's because they've created a value around the sport. So it's not that people don't want to watch women's sports, it's that we haven't created the value system around. Yes. So and that's another thing I wanted to touch on. We can't just say, oh, because it's women, let's go and support women. If women's sport is a business, you have to give me value.
Yes.
And ultimately, that's what we're talking about. Create the value systems around the sport. People will naturally gravitate towards it.
Yes.
I think ultimately that's the first concern. Speaking about creating value, let's talk about the new growth in women's sports. I was just talking about the Arsenal ladies and how the stadiums were getting filled. I think we had one match that had over 50,000 people. I know that on UEFA Champions League night, I was one of the people that was scrambling. Where are they showing this match? To see Arsenal defeat Barcelona. Yeah. Actually, I thought Arsenal was going to chop. Yes. I thought that because Barcelona beat the Chelsea women 8-1, 8-2 over 2 legs. 8 goals to 2 goals over 2 legs. I was like, if they can beat Chelsea. It's called 8 goals against Chelsea that Arsenal are finished. I was waiting. Arsenal ladies shocked me. So I was one of those, and I've seen the increase in the numbers of women that watch women's sports. I don't even want to talk about tennis, because in tennis, that one is a completely different ball game. You've heard over several seasons that some female tennis final matches have higher numbers than the men's tennis. All right, so it's a thing there. Before we now even go to track and field, to start seeing the athletes that they are promoting. But let's talk about the growth of women's sports. How has that changed drastically? Deborah, you want to take that? Is Deborah's mic working? She seems quiet.
I think you have to.
Okay, we are good to go.
Sorry, what's the question again?
Okay, so I was talking about the growth of women's sports, how we've seen that, and what we can do to even take it further.
Apart from what my colleague said earlier, advocacy, awareness, coming from the account manager, as I'm an account manager and I work in sales, you would meet up with a client, you're talking about Nigerian sports in general, and you see that like people watch, like, for example, like MPFL, stuff like that, you're like, oh, they watch stuff like that, they're actually surprised. And I think we need, in as much as we need to create awareness, we need to understand that this is something that over time, right, we have embedded values in it. These are things that we have to show more effort and come in as Nigerians, right, to support them. And I think we're doing really amazing so far.
All right, thank you. So I would like to take us back into history, right, when Nigerian, the female aspect, started in 1978, I think. And I mean, before that, for the MPFL, of course it wasn't MPFL then, but when we check, when we backdate and check the growth, let's say there's been, but it's not encouraging, right? Yeah. Because reading the statistic, right, I read that there was 10% media coverage as at then between that period, and now it's just like 3 or 4% increase. Yeah, 15%. Like adding, so it's like 13. Look at 1978 and now.
Now, yeah.
So we've not achieved much, but we can see that we are covering. We are trying. We are trying our best, but it's not yet there. But we can also say that, of course, there's room for improvement, there's room for sponsorship, there's room for visibility, there's room for growth. So if we check back, if we were to determine that, can I get encouraged by this? We might get, the morale will be low, but we have to keep pushing. We have to keep pushing.
Can we have the dedicated time to women's sports? So for instance, you say that every program editor, maybe 15% of your show should cover women's sports, or would that increase?
I think it would, but that these are media houses, and they also run on money.
They are running on numbers.
Yes, numbers. How many people are willing to listen?
So how because we assume that they are not watchable until you put it on the screen. Like I said, the minute we knew we could start watching, women's sports at about the same, with the same time coverage, then we started watching. For instance, I watch the WTA more than I watch the ATP. I can watch any match in the WTA. When the ATP is playing, I'm looking, who is facing each other? Is that Alcaraz I see? Okay, I'm watching that. Is that Medvedev, Rublev? Okay, I can skip that. Because depending on the matchups. So I think if you put it on the screen, it should help. I think that's one of the solutions, I think.
Definitely. But we also have to consider the media houses, right? There has to be, of course, there is the quota that, okay, the airtime, but we know that we need visibility, we need the audience, we need the masses to come to listen or to watch.
So you don't want to
if
put something,
in watching, nobody wants to give their 15 minutes that they can allot to another program.
All right. I think one of the things we need to do also is to change the perception in the media houses. The audience wants to watch.
Beyond corporate responsibility.
Yes, the audience wants to watch, so we put that out there. All right, so far, we've seen that there should be, we've spoken about it, create the value system.
Yes,
if you create the value system, make the sports more entertaining, recognize that women's sports have to be sold in a different way from men's sports, because it's two different products. So once you create that, then you have the audience. Also, you spoke about perception, traditional perception, and it starts from the home. It starts from the home. So if we have a different view of women's sports, of women athletes, then we can get that. You wanted to add something?
Yes, it just came to me now while you were talking. I read that like 60% of some homes in the northern state of Nigeria do not allow their girl child to participate in sports. We also see that reflection in southern part of Nigeria. So that boils down to the fact that, and we should even ask the question that how many northern ladies, girl child, is doing any sport? Yes.
But they are good in sport.
Yeah. They have, but how many? Okay. What is the percentage? Not that we don't see any of them, but what is the percentage? We know that South, they have that produce. You see the Delta Queens, Bayelsa Queens, they're doing well, right? We also want to have that witness. We want to have that testimony in all that parts of the state.
Okay, so that's also part of the societal problems affecting.
Yes.
So that's the education we need to have and the wealth we need to create. All right, on that note, I want to thank you so much for being here. And make sure you subscribe to...
What there?
to Africa Sports.
Africa Sports Network. Our website is africasports.net. Yes.
.net. All right, so africasport.net. Make sure you subscribe to Africa Sports Network and you get live coverage of some sport.
Yes,
and
PFL matches live. We have betting odds. We have all of that.
All right, so as you watch, you spend your money. All right? On that note, I want to thank you, Africa Sport Network, for being here today. I want to thank you all for listening. Do you have any questions?
Can I add something on there?
All right.
So we currently have an app that will be live on the 1st of September, and everything is for free. The MPF, all matches, like you view them for free. So
for free.
For free.
We will not pay for subscription.
You don't have to pay for subscription.
A round of applause for that, please.
They will say, pay two kobo.
Free.
Free. Okay. All right. On that note, thank you so much for being on the panel, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
A round of applause for the panelists, please. Questions? You have a question. Oh, they have a question. You don't be too fast. Deborah Squad, please, you have to make it back to the stage. Let's just take questions, please. Thank you. All right, I can see an interest.
Good afternoon. My name is Atenike. Until you spoke about the website, that's what I picked out. Okay, you guys stream MPFL matches through Propel. So there are times where you already say, okay, we have an MPFL match for 4. There are times I subscribe and 3:50, I'm waiting, it's not yet showing. 4 o'clock, 4:15, 4:30. At the end of the game, I'm seeing highlights, and I'm like, but we are supposed to stream this MPFL match live. So is it coming from Propel, or it's your...
All right. Okay, I'm really sorry about the inconvenience though. But sometimes that comes from the technical aspect. Most of the stadiums we have are not really effective when it comes to the cameras and the network and stuff. So it's an issue. And I think so far we've gotten, I think we're using, what's the web? For service.
Okay.
So we would improve.
So most of it is facility problem.
Facility problem.
Okay,
yes.
so that's also what we need to talk about, the improvement of facilities. I do know that thing about network, because sometimes you go to watch a match and you have no network on your phone.
That's them.
And I don't understand it. They're like, oh, there's a dignitary at the stadium. So we had to, I'm like, what is, let us stream now. I'm at the stadium. I've paid money to come here. Yeah. Let people know that I'm here. But yeah, it's also an issue. It's something that is, infrastructure is an issue we need to work on. Yeah. Yes. But we are going to talk about that. There's a panel, I'm not going to mention it. They are here. And they will talk about these things because their league, everybody could watch it.
We have one question here, please. One
more question on this side. Okay.
Well, I'm not a woman, but at least I have something to say about ladies in sports. My name is Philip Balibo. I'm a sports journalist. I wonder, I've been asking myself, why is it that when a lady that performed very well in sports leaves the sports or stops being active, why can't she encourage another woman or some ladies to take after her? it's difficult to see that happen, and it's causing apathy among ladies. And another one also is, you find out that in journalism, women don't show the kind of interest they show when it's entertainment or other things.
That's human beings generally. That's just human beings.
No, because I know, having been in this industry for over 35 years, I know.
Okay, first of all, I can testify that he's been in this industry longer than some of us were born. That much I can testify, and I know what he's trying to say. But that has changed, because I need that narrative also to change. Because we tend to say this thing that women don't like themselves. It's not true. I think part of the problem is this thing that we talk about. You don't hear our voices, so you speak on our behalf. Yeah. Women love each other. Women support each other. Women promote. In fact, let me shock you. As we're coming in, Mr. Philip, we met an ex-international coming in. What was the first thing she said? She said, "This is the lady that is going to replace me on the team." That was her introducing you to her next, and she was supporting. Yeah. So that just shows you didn't know what role that Super Falcons player she was going to play. But the ex-international told you, "This is the lady, I'm retired now, this is the lady that is going to replace me on the team." That right there is already disregarding your assessment. All right? So, women support each other.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Ayodeji. Mine is not a question, but more like a comment. When you said that women only get about 14% of screen time of the time dedicated to sports, right? Yeah. Yeah. I believe that that can really increase if we have more mega stars, mega sports stars, women stars. You know, the data, I was speaking to Biola about the data about women tennis being more popular than men's tennis. It's because maybe in the last 20 years, for men's tennis, you only have Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal, and to some extent, Andy Murray. But women, you have many people. Even right now, it's a bit more competitive. You have about 5, 6, 7 women who can win slams. But for the men, not the same. So I believe if you have bigger stars in women's sports, it will drive viewership. Case in point, Ilona Ma, from the last Olympics, she was probably the biggest draw from the last Olympics. And after the Olympics, she signed for Bristol something rugby team. And every game she has played in England, it's been sold out, both for our local rugby team and for the US national team. Sevens, now they are trying to get her to play 15s. Now she's doing swimsuit shoots, she's doing everything.
Can I address that?
Yes, please, go ahead.
All right, so let me go ahead. So because we are talking case in point now, let's case in point it. I was talking about the most successful team in Africa being the Super Falcons, all right? Yes. They are going to the African Cup of Nations in July. How much coverage have they had so far? The men are still going in December. The men are still going in December. You are talking about them. We played friendlies in Cameroon, against Cameroon in Ijebu-Ode here. It's not far. Some people bought tickets to go to London to watch Unity Cup. Yeah. Some people got visa to go to Russia to watch the Super Eagles. The Super Falcons were right here in Nigeria. Successful team. You didn't drive down there. I'm saying, even when you talk about your Olympics and your World Championships, women are the ones bringing medals for Nigeria. Yes, we hear Topia Muson, world record holder. We hear, which man? Which man? Do you understand what I'm talking about? We're talking about women. We hear Ese Brume. Which man? So when you say we should create superstars, we have superstars. Oh yeah, promote the one. Just promote the 2 we have first. If you promote 2, then we talk about the rest. Give them all the coverage. Just Super Falcons sitting right there. I want to see people chasing them with your camera and your phone by the time this thing is over. So when you talk about, we have the superstars.
Yes.
Cover them.
Yes, I just wanted to add to what Deji and what Tega have said. The reason why we don't have megastars in quotes is because truly there is no visibility.
Yes.
For instance, the French Open, Roland Garros just ended. And there was this conversation about why there was literally no women's match on prime time. That's the night session.
Yeah, that's the night session, not one. And the head of the Roland Garros is a woman.
During the semi-finals, the men's matches were boring and went by quickly, but the women's semi-finals were the best matches that we had all tournament. And why did we not have them on prime time?
Yeah.
People do not see these stars, in quotes. So how are we supposed to promote them? How are they going to get more branding? How are they going to get, more endorsements? If it is not on TV, if we do not see it. Tega called me during Roland Garros, where is Madison Keys versus something? I don't remember what match.
Yeah,
because we didn't see it on TV. They were showing ATP over and over again.
I should watch Blake Shelton and somebody people that will crash out in the next round.
Those are the issues.
Those are the issues. All right, so again, whilst we are on it, we also need female. I'm glad we have female athletes. There's a question there.
Yes.
I'm glad we have female athletes in the room. Please, when we put our camera in front of you, stand. We are vexed now. So when we put our camera in front of you, stand. Don't run. Because it's important because they are saying you are not superstar. Me that I know what you have done. Superstar everywhere in that table. See that table? Superstar. So, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. What I wanted to say... Thank you. Tega have pretty much said everything. It's just a comment. I want to make reference to what the lady seated at the far end said. She said something about the media because they believe women's sports doesn't bring in much revenue, right? But I want to let you understand that the coverage we have in Europe, America, for example, it just didn't start overnight. Do you understand? There were times people don't watch women's sports, but over time they kept putting it on TV, whether it brings in revenue or not. It's stuck in their head. They, have their consumers and all of that. I want to believe that Nigeria will have women's sports consumers. So if you put it on TV, it will baffle you how many people that will be streaming because you're showing women's football. It's a collective responsibility. The media,
True.
whether it's bringing in money now or not, I want us to think about long term. 10 years from now, it has to start today. Do you understand? You might not gain something from year 1, year 2, but for as long as you have that 10 years plan, it will stick in people's mind. They will know that this particular channel, they show women's sports and all of that. Over time, they will get used to it and you will make your money over time, 10 years plan and all of that. So I want us to focus on that. Women's sports, we need more publicity in this country, and the media, you guys owe us that responsibility. Yeah. Please, it's an appeal.
Please, put your hands together for her. First of all, I have to recognize. Let me tell you who is speaking, so that you will not think that it's a small person. Let me tell you who is speaking. The first time I saw her, it was the Under-19 World Cup, Abi? Under-17.
Under-17.
Under-17. She has played for Nigeria from Under-17. I'm not talking, and she was performing. If you see some people Under-17, you won't see them in the national team. She played Under-17, played Under-19, played Olympic, played World Cup. And then she even had a bus stop at in Paris, France. She had a bus stop, Desire Paranoze bus stop. Does she have a bus stop in Nigeria? What are we saying? Put your hands together. That's a star. That's the star we put the camera in front of. You don't come and show us social media. I'm not throwing shade though, before people go and call Tega's name. I'm not throwing shade. But don't show me TikTok influencer. Show me athletes. That's an athlete that has represented and delivered. Can you remember that Under-20 World Cup that Alexander Pope wanted to kill her? What are we saying? Were we not there? We saw it. So that's the person that fought and bled. Can't you remember that? Yeah, that tournament that she had plaster. After the first day, they said this girl wants to score against us. They cut her head for good measure. She came back and said, I'm a Nigerian. I will play and show you. That's how that's a studded star right there. You need to celebrate that. Let's celebrate that.
Thank you.
All right, there are questions still there.
Second comment I want to make, sorry. That Baba over there, sorry, sir. So he made mention about women not encouraging the younger ones, the retired ones. I beg to differ. And I think, for me personally, I will share my experience. I have a foundation which I've run over time, and up until now, I have I've funded every program I've done out of pocket.
Yeah.
Out of pocket. It's not easy. You know, when you approach all these corporate organizations and all of that, you have to really go out of your way to convince them and all of that. You have to talk and talk. Sometimes they say they will get back to you and they don't come back to you. And those are some of the challenges we've had to face. And coupled with the fact that women footballers, we don't make as much money as our male counterparts. I've always been an advocate of equal pay and all of that. Not because we want to take this money home, but because there are a lot of good work out there. We want to, encourage the younger ones and all of that. So that discrepancy of, pay gap is too much. I mean, if it's something, how we take care of homes, even with nothing. So I think if we have that opportunity, economy-wise and all of that, I think there are a lot of things we can actually do for our younger generations and all of that. So it's not as if we don't want to help, but we are limited. There are, an extent to things we can actually do for our upcoming prospects. Thank you.
All right.
We have two questions. I don't know if we can take anyone.
Yeah, we can take more. There's a question here.
This hand was raised before. So I'll come to you, please. Please. And quickly with your question, please.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's not a question, it's a comment, right? First of all, I just want to appreciate this. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Like, just seeing the stars here, they are really, really amazing. And I think this is really very, very cool. One of the things I want to say here is, media is about strategy. It's not so much about emotions. We might all sit here and say, oh, we want to advocate for rights, we want people to come here to support women, but we need to think about a strategy to do what we want to do. So for instance, I remember the day around the Keja, I saw one of the footballers, the female footballers. I think it was, I can't remember her name now, she was just walking down the street. When I saw her, I was like in awe, like this is the person I'm seeing on TV. And a lot of people were like screaming and, just calling her name, and she was just greeting everybody casually and all of those things. What am I saying in essence? We need to begin to put the spotlights on these people, even from the grassroots.
True.
So for instance, if you go to these local areas now, for instance, you will see a lot of young girls in the streets that are playing football. Because I am a brand strategist. One of the things that I always advocate to people is this. If you don't have a story that would bind what you're doing to your audience, they will not connect. So we must find a way to do that and give all that connection. So for instance, I checked the social media handle for this particular event. I feel like by now we should have a lot of things going on that social media page. There should be like so much campaign. These footballers, when they come out here, they should even do some sporting activities, do a lot of things, and then we put it online as the event is happening. We see all these things on Twitter, on Instagram. You have to orchestrate it. You have to strategically put it in positions. If you don't do that, we'll keep talking and it will be all emotions and will not get results. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, let's take this question. If you have a comment, you pay me. Question, please.
I'll have to pay you because I have a comment. My name is Otoye Iworima. I was a silver medalist in the Commonwealth Games.
Yes. I was going to mention.
So, people have said a lot and they have said well. I want to bring out a point, even Tega pointed it out. You see, the way we market women, especially with what is going wrong with feminism, you have to market women, even in sports, differently from men. It's not a competition. If you try to market women the way they market men, you're going to flop. Because whether we like it or not, even in women's sports, majority of the people that watch are men. Women don't watch as much as the men watch the women's sports. They don't. And the way, when you watch a football match and two guys decide to fight in that match, it is more entertaining than when you watch a football match and two women are fighting. Do you get? So you cannot market women's sports the way you market men's sports. So we have to bring out the value in those sports. You wonder why track and field women this thing is more entertaining, or why tennis women is more? Do your research and find out why. And then you come back and ask, why isn't football as entertaining playing devil's advocate. Let me play devil's advocate. You have to bring out the value. Women have that value. Bring it out. We need to carve it out. And then men are more vocal in everything. This is a gender thing, whether you like it or not. They are more aggressive, more vocal than women are. So when a woman, you come and do this thing, you're probably going to have to put in more effort because you're not as aggressive as men. So the IOC, International Olympic Committee, they had this agenda, 50-50 agenda in terms of leadership. And one of the programs, one of the things they did was a he for she. Because we needed the men to push the women's agenda, which is something I think we need to also, take an issue. You need the men to push the women agenda. Because whether we like it or not, it's a money thing, especially, sport is entertainment, and it's a money thing. If your sport is not bringing in as much money as, these people are not watching it, it's not going to bring in money. So you have to find a strategy that will make people watch and get the money. So we have to, like he said, it has to be strategic. And you don't use, we're trying to compete with the men.
No, it won't work.
We need to be
Thank
very,
you so
very
much.
mindful of that.
I think we've taken overtime on this panel.
Yes, we have.
All right, on that note, let's just say thank you. I love as this, you see this energy. Let's keep it up all the way to the end on every single panel. Whether it's comments, whether it's questions, let's keep it up to the end. Thank you so much for everybody that made a comment. Thank you for all the athletes. I think we're going to recognize each and every athlete. You see, when I say you should create superstars, see silver medalist there. See silver medal. We didn't take picture, all right? So let's do all of that. We have to recognize all the athletes in the house when we come up. But I want to thank you. Thank you, Africa Sports. You see the conversation you brought up. So go to their website. That's how they bring up conversation.
What are you doing with your hands? Please give a round of applause to the panelists. It was a very interesting conversation. And it was a conversation that really triggered us because we want to see visibility. We want to see people come watch women, play, come do sports, encourage women. Let us see branding. Let's have the money. That's what we want to see. And this conversation was able to wrap that up. So we must be able to be very strategic, just like my brother said there. Strategy, that's what it is all about. I'm sure that Sandra will tell you more about that because she's a business strategist, and we'll be listening to her very soon. So, interesting conversation. What are you doing with your phone? You cannot have your phones here. You see, he just challenged us. Ladies, a man challenged you. It's not even me. Because they just challenge us. Oh. Will you take him up for that challenge? Would you? Okay. I'm going to do a test right now. And that test will be, I'll work up to anybody randomly, and I'll ask you the name of the person sitting close to you. I know people will know each other. Look at them. They're beginning to ask, okay, so you've not even noticed the person close to you? Oh, my word. I'll walk up to anybody and I would ask you, what's the name of the person sitting close to you? No, this seat is full of people that know each other. Oh, all right. Woo! What's the name of the person sitting close to you?
Mercy.
See the look. It's bombastic side eye she just gave you. Which Mercy? Mama, is your name Mercy?
Mama T.
Mama T. You gave her mercy. You're looking for mercy from God. Go ask God for mercy. So, that means we're not networking. That means we're not sharing pictures. They're not blowing the trumpet about this event. So, wherever you are, take out your phones right now. Obey me and let it be well with you. Take out your phones right now. Give yourself a selfie. Do it now. Use the hashtag Make the noise on social media. Make the noise on Facebook. Make that noise on Twitter. And tell people that the 10th anniversary of the Ladies in Sport Conference is ongoing right now and there is a boss. Are you doing that? Have a selfie, guys. Take it, take pictures. Share it right now. Tell them if you're not here, you're missing out big time. Let them know. No, this girl will go with 100,000 today. The lady in red is doing the Lord's work. Take out your phone, share it out. Come on. Now it's time for me to recognize beautiful people in this room. This room is full with a lot of stars. Oh my world. Fully packed. The most successful team in Africa. We have members from that team in this hall. See, hey, on this table, different visas are here. On this table, they have been to different countries. They are diplomats on this table. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise on your feet. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's celebrate a goalkeeper, a former captain, a former striker. Come on, give a round of applause to members of the Super Falcon squad who are in the house. We have goalkeeper Oluwahi here. Come on, baby. She's not wearing the gadget. Look at her on red. Beautiful gown. Come on, celebrate her. Celebrate her. For one woman who is so humble, she will enter a room, and you will not even know she's there. She will not even make noise. If you like, step on her. She'll say, and she will come and sit down. She will just come into the room without making a noise. I love that humility. And I'm saying, Father, teach me that humility because I'm too noisy in my life. But I know I'll learn it one day, and I think it comes with age. We have the former captain, former skipper, former striker of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Aspire to require the desire of the Almighty God. Desire of Paradox is here. Give a round of applause. You were on your feet for already. You can't reach desire, you can't sit down. What is that? Come on, raise the sound. Woo! Thank you very much. Do you have a street in France? Even your own bus stop in Ikorodu, they not use your name. Somebody that they use her name in France, you not sat down. Why are you like that now? If they're sharing food and I say, don't give anybody, you say I'm wicked, but it's all good. Now, inside shade, that's where this person is. Ooh! You're not supposed to play that song. It's Igbo. All these Odogu. Ndike wo bodo. Ndike wo bodo. All the flavor kind of song. What's the name of that song again? Mendem. Opoto tenugo. Anya putago. Ife medego. Hey! Look at her. Seated. Like, the only thing that you know she's money bag is the way she's cacked. And this, oh Lord, Rita, it just shocked me. That's it. Oh, thank you. Please, Super Falcons player, come and dance this dance. Rita Chikwalu is in the house. A round of applause for her. Come on. Yes, so. Hey, this dance is $2, 200 dolls. Woo! Yes, so. Give them. Let them go. Come on, a round of applause for Rita Chikwelu. She's in the house. Woo! That table is fully packed. But do you know one thing? I'm not going to just recognize Super Falcons players. I love them. There is a league too. That league is Sports Journalist League. Female Sport Journalist League. Hello. Hello. We have strikers there. We have defenders there. We have goalkeepers there. See, this team is fully packed. We can beat any team, oh. No, don't try us. Try us first. We have a sprinter in the house. We have a shot putter. We have tennis player. Biola Sole, stand up, let them know you're a tennis girl. Yes, anything tennis, Biola will handle it. That's our girl. She spoke to Coco just day before yesterday. Did you say hi for me? All right, thank you very much. You got I need her outfit. Especially that lashes she used to put on. We have another table tennis. Fatil, tell them. Table tennis goddess. Latifa, Ohio. My baby girl, she's here. You are sitting down to clap the League of Sport Journal. We have NWFL, MPFL, the league of their own. Atinuke Esson, give a round of applause for her. We have Joy Ojebulu. Come on, girls, show them. Abasede, baby girl. Blessing. Why did I give you Blessing? Blessing is here, the radio goddess. Please give her a round of applause. Soki Mama. Oh yeah now. Oh yeah now. She's also good. Sport journalists are extraordinary. Come on, girl. You've not changed profession. You are still here with us. Don't be doing anyhow. Please give a round of applause for my dear colleague. Come on, come on, come on, come on. A round of applause for them. Fully packed here. This beauty is also here. Susan is here. Leave me alone where I am. And we have Fumi Famaso. Please give a round of applause for female sport journalists in the house. And every single beautiful, beautiful person, individual in this place. We appreciate you for coming. You're celebrated. Oh yeah, celebrate yourself. I can help you form one hype now. And I'll celebrate you. I'll celebrate you. Hey, Jesus. The Lord is a Christian and is over wonderful. How did I miss that? Jesus. Please, where is the cane? Just give me 100. I don't ask for more. She's seated like she's not there, but she's there. Yes, but she's there. But she's sitting like she's so quiet. Midfielder extraordinaire. Hey, this girl had the highest number of take-ons from the last FIFA Women's World Cup. And how can I miss that? Mommy, sorry. It will not happen again. In the name of Jesus, forgive me and let God. In the name of Jesus. We have Christy Uchebe. Please give her a round of applause. Hey! I can never miss good thing in life in Jesus' name. Oh my God! Oh, please give her a round of applause there. That's our beautiful midfielder. She'll be making it to the Women's African Cup of Nations. You get to see who she is. You're seeing her in person now. Tomorrow night, say, I know this girl. She wasn't. I saw her. You better snap now, so that when she scores Women's AFCON, you can post the picture. Yes. You post the picture and say, I know her. She's my person, my girl. Or you can record yourself, say, my girl, my girl, my girl. You better do that now. But beautiful people in the house today, and we are so grateful. Come on. I taught you guys a chant for this 10th edition, and I'm hoping that you still remember. For all those who do not remember, we say, ladies in sport, we are 10 over 10 plus 10 times 10 minus nothing. Let's go. Ladies in sport, 10 over 10 plus 10 times 10 minus nothing. Now it's time for us to recognize the brands who are in the house who supported this 10th edition. Of course, we have a lot of them here. Indomie, we've got Oriflame, we've got Stanbic IBTC. Please give a round of applause. Come on now, come on. Nutrify is here. MTN, who has just pampered our convener, they are here. So give a round of applause for them. They're doing wonderfully well. News Central TV, we are here too. So give a round of applause for them. Yes, of course. So it's time for us to recognize and give time for them to share with us their products and
Mama Dubu. Yes, now, because they know I always express love to them.
Mama do good, oh. Mama way good to us. She express love with flavors.
Keep expressing love with Indomie flavors.
When people say,
I don't feel like cooking,
it usually means
they don't have time for this. They are tired of this. Now, you can make cooking more fun and enjoyable.
By cooking the ADME way.
With ADME's 3-in-1 blend of mixed veggies, protein, and seasoning. Make your meals in minutes. Boil ADME in hot water and add to your meals. It's an affordable and convenient way to cook tasty meals that suit your lifestyle. So when next you think you don't feel like cooking,
just try the ADME way. The final touch, done.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
Typical empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
Typical empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10 years of yesterday.
It's 10 years and we are starting a new chapter. Our mission is to create a future where every girl and woman can have a successful professional sports career.
When you exchange ideas, you network right. It upskills you, it platforms you, and you have a stronger place to stand from.
What we have also seen is the capacity to be a success on and off the field.
Yes.
So the fact that a child shows talent and is able to access education with that talent.
When you prepare, you're always ready for anything that comes.
The very 10th edition of Ladies in Sports.
A decade of empowerment of celebrating women in sport. We celebrate the 10
I don't want to play football because I don't like all the exercise they have to do. I don't like anybody to hit me, please. If not, I would have gone to touch her so that I would just be the next person after her. Do you want to know that next person taken after our legend? After Desire Oparanozie? Even the DJ knows. That's why he turned off the mic. This yes is not convincing. Do you want to know? Now you come. Let's do the Olofofo together. Thank you. So, sitting with the greats and the legend is a Super Falcons forward. She has collected the mantle, but Desire no gree go heaven. She did here. Elijah had to go, but Desire, she collected the mantle and Desire stay here. So, she has collected that mantle and she'll be someone who will be looking out for. Her name, Bolaji Olamide. A round of applause for her. You see this face? Know this face and know peace. Know this face, see. Thank you. Tell me what I'm missing, Jerry.
Top scorer. NWFL top scorer. Currently.
They've not heard the name. Tanzania go hear word. Hey, all the people we have in the group for WAFCON, then go hear word of God. MPFL top scorer. NWFL, I beg your pardon. They will hear word of God and the WAFCON. In the name of Jesus, amen. Amen. Super Falcons all the way. Now, of course, right now, let's give a little bit of a chance for one of our supporters to come do a presentation. And we have Oriflame representative who is here. We have Irene Awa. Please, a round of applause for her. She takes the floor.
Woo! Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having us here. My name is pharmacist Irene Awa, and I'm just going to tell us briefly about Oriflame and who we are and what we do. So Oriflame is an amazing cosmetic company. We give you amazing products, and we also give you a business opportunity as well to sell these products, use these products, and create, an amazing second income for yourself, and also, just use amazing products. We originate from Sweden, and we have a wide range of products. But today, for the sake of this event, I'm going to kind of narrow down to our wellness portfolio. We have skincare, fragrance, makeup, and then we also have a wellness portfolio, I believe is on the screen. That is what we call Wellosophy. So our stand is outside. I'm sure we would have seen it. Wellosophy is the philosophy of well-being, and we have amazing products under this portfolio here in Oriflame, Nigeria. If you could just quickly move to the next slide, let's show our amazing products. So we have supplements, and then we also have a meal replacement that helps you to not just lose weight, but just maintain an overall healthy weight. So whether we have, whether you want multivitamins, minerals, whether you want, certain healthy fatty acids, we have omega-3. We have a very, I would say, powerful product, which we call the Wellosophy astaxanthin and bilberry extract. And I think for this event, it's particularly, I think it should pique your interest because it helps with recovery from training, it gives you energy and just improves your performance as well, but not doping, not in a bad way. So, Wellosophy astaxanthin and bilberry extract is something that I would feel every sports person, a very physically active person, should use. We also have a marine calcium to support your bone health. And then for our beauty people that want to take care of their inside, we have hair, skin, and nail supplements as well. So like I said, we have the meal replacement that helps you to lose weight and also maintain that weight that you have lost. And even if you're not losing weight per se, but just maintain a very, very healthy weight and lifestyle. And it's very easy to say, oh, you have something that can do something. But when you actually see somebody that has actually used this product and have that result. It's a bit more, I would say, it's more connecting. And we have one of our brand partners here that has lost, I would say, a tremendous amount of weight. And not only lost that weight, but maintained that healthy lifestyle with this product. And I'm going to call her up. Her name is Inie Emelife. And in just 5 minutes, she's going to give us a brief testimonial. And we also have a video here for you to see how she looked before. So please come up, Inie. Put your hands together for her. Thank you. Next slide, please. Help me move to the next slide, thank you. So we could see her, yes. So I just want you to be looking at the screen as she's here.
Well, if I wasn't the word, I would say that's not me. And 17 years ago, I started battling with obesity. After having my kids, I have tried a lot of diets. Anything you think you have tried, I've tried it. And nothing worked for me. And 2 years ago, I entered a very critical part of my life. I entered a very scary part. I started falling very sick due to the complications that come from obesity. I tried, I fought, but I couldn't get the calories off. Then last year, Oriflame Sweden launched the Velocity meal replacement in Nigeria. And I decided to try it one more time. Let me just try one more time if I can battle with calories. And I started in January. So this is 1 year and 4 months of using Velocity meal replacement alongside astaxanthin and omega-3. Now I'm specifying the astaxanthin because when you want to lose weight, one of the things that people struggle with is exercise. And I know I have a lot of sports ladies here. I'm so amazed to see all of you. I always wonder where people get the stamina from and where you get the energy from. And astaxanthin helped me. I started exercising. I started replacing my meals. So I replaced 2 meals in a day, my breakfast and my dinner. And I lost 10 kg in 90 days. But I continued. And now I've lost over 30 kg in over a year plus. I maintain the weight now. People are like, oh, you are looking slimmer, you are losing more, or you are just balanced, right? And this is because of Velocity meal replacement. So it is one product that we want everybody to know about. It can save someone's life, anybody battling with obesity. It can help you maintain that weight that you are struggling to maintain. And at least you can see me in, right? So thank you so much, everyone. You can stop by our stand. We're going to have samples. You can taste it. You can know what it feels like to use it. Thank you.
So go ahead. You do not have to go through all those exercises. Just take this product. You're good. You'll be good. Do you want me to get one for you? Even if you say yeah, you have to work for it. All right, there from Oriflame, who are sponsors of this wonderful event, the 10th anniversary of the Ladies in Sport Conference. It's going up. We are having the feels. We have been able to laugh and also clap more. So there is more to come. Ladies, you do not have to be sorry for saying to be a powerful woman. Don't be sorry if you're powerful. That does not mean that you have to be rude. But control your space, ladies. Tell them that you're in charge when you have to be. Do not let anyone say you're a powerful woman, I don't like it. Please don't be sorry for being so powerful, because if Tega was sorry about being intentional and powerful, we will not be here today to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Ladies in Sports Conference. Yes or nay? Okay, you are in your own Ladies in Sport Conference, and me, I'm in my own Ladies in Sport Conference. So please, how do we break the wall? There's a wall right now. We need to break it. What do we do to break it? Were we listening? Were we listening? Because of desire, Lord knows. If desire did not say yes, what I want to do to everybody now? But the Lord will have his way. Hallelujah. Amen. So please, enjoy yourself. It's time for us to take the second panel of this wonderful anniversary of the Ladies in Sport Conference, and it's going to be an interesting one. Yes, a little bit of hiccup here and there, but of course we move. That's what they call it. So right now we'll be having a conversation around building a sustainable league. We've talked about visibility. We've talked about having to get eyeballs and interest and attention for women's league. Now it's time to talk about building a sustainable one, a suitable one for women. One that people will cherish, one that people will want to watch, one that people will want to align with. We'll also be talking about creating and managing a successful football league. How many of us know about the Lagos Liga? Lagos Liga. Wow. At least that's good testimony here, that there's some people here who know about the Lagos Liga. The boss from the Lagos Liga, I was a bit scared, I was shaky. I say, hey, see people that want to come and take over the MPFL. But, oh, wow. Did you hear what they just say? Ambush marketing. I'm telling you. So, we were so excited. We saw the colors, we saw the drills. Wow! But it's time for us to have that conversation and for us to know how that was possible, how they were able to do that, how they were able to shake us off our feet. And that's the panel we are taking right now. Now, to take that panel, we have, of course, a business strategist with the #1 sport management firm on the continent. Did you hear that, or do I have to say that again? Please say it again. I'll say it again so that you can give me the round of applause. We have a business strategist from the #1 sports management firm on the continent. And that #1 sport management firm is no other than Nilaya Sports Management. Give a round of applause. And we have their representative there, so give a hoo-hoo-hoo. And let me tell you one interesting thing. I heard that it is run by a woman. Now, no wonder it is very successful. Women, sorry, you cannot even share that the woman is running the #1 sport management company. Do you want Baba to be very happy with what he said? Why are you doing that? You better cheer. Be demure about it. It is run by a woman, by the person of Chief Mrs. Yetunde Olopade. Give her a round of applause. Now, Mrs. Yetunde might not be here. Chief Mrs. Yetunde might not be here, but we have someone who is looking dashing. Did you see Rita Chikwelu when she came out today? Do you want us to be able to be confused between you and Rita? If not for the hair, but it's all good. We have, of course, she's a business strategist with the #1 sport management company on the continent, which is called Nilayo Sport Management Company, and, of course, Nilayo Management Limited. She is the lead commissioner of Lagos Liga. Give a round of applause for Sandra Omonigi. Come on. Take a walk like a queen. Stand up. Move the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the stage. You are a queen and more. You are a queen and more. Yes. Let them know. She was one that pulled that string. Ambush marketing. You are there. You are going to trend. They will call you out on social media. Yes, Sandra Omoni is here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Beauty and brains, beauty and more. And she will be putting us up to speed, explaining, of course, what it is for a sustainable league, for us to create and manage a successful football league. And of course, we have moderating this panel will be a sport journalist, a female sport journalist, great one, extraordinary. We have Joy Ojeabulu. Come on, Joy. Give us some joy, baby. Take the stage, Joy, please. A round of applause until she sits. Please, a round of applause until she sits. Yes, please. Continue with a round of applause until she's taking her sit. Oh, yes. Joy, take the floor, please.
Hi, everyone. So I want this to be as interactive as possible. So you guys are going to help us on stage here. So everybody, I want you to put your hands together for yourself. You are at the 10th edition. This is one really memorable one. I started attending at edition 8. That was 2023. And we are currently at the 10th edition. I mean, this is one remarkable one. Put your hands together again for yourselves, for making it down here today. For those that came yesterday, thank you so much for making it a date with us today. Thank you so much. Onye already mentioned, my name is Joy Ojabulu, but for the sake of social medium, like I like to call it, most people know me as Euphoria. So if you hear Euphoria, that's me. Hi, everybody. And I am so, I am so much in awe of the convener of this event. When she reached out and said, "Can you take this panel for us?" I'm like, yes. And then she told me that we'll be having on this panel someone I worked with during the Lagos Liga. She's our guy, in Fati's words. Fati, oh yes, our boss. Everybody, please, a round of applause for the sports or the commissioner for Lagos Liga, that at his very first attempt was the talk of the country in December 2024. A round of applause for Sandra Omoni, everybody. So yes, why the introductions gave us her as the commissioner for Lagos Liga. At the side, she is a sport journalist. As I'm talking, please clap. She's a sport journalist. She is a brand strategist. She holds masters in sport management. I remember when she was reading in Onikon for some of her exams, she would come to watch football, Sporting Lagos then. She think I've forgotten it. She'll be reading with her laptop inside the stadium, and she has that master's right now. And right now, she became the first woman to lead Lagos Liga. She's doing, oh sorry, please, I'm going to sing it. She's doing her PhD in sport management. Everybody, please, a round of applause for my woman here. Thank you so much. Now, for someone who was able to, now for something Tinuke said when I was at my table, she said, Lagos Liga gave us glitz, glamour to the outside world. Now you're going to hear what it meant, the battle that was faced, because I mean, like, I worked with her during that event, so I knew some of the battles faced, but she, as the lead commissioner of that event, the event was hosted for 12 days, spanned between the 6th of December to the 27th of December. I'm good with dates, yes. Thank you very much. And between that time, we had to use two venues. We used the campus mini stadium at CMS, and then we used the Onikon Stadium. Now, Sandra is going to give us some of the things that happened, not just with the venues. There was a press conference. There was the preparation for it. And this is not a professional league. Let me tell everyone here, in case you're not familiar with Lagos Liga. Lagos Liga was a league that was a recreational league for people who are not sport professionals. So they had to do screenings to make sure that the people that will play, because we had a lot of people that were professional players that registered. So that was some of the things she also faced. Now Sandra is going to be giving us some of those things that happened to make sure that you did not see all those parts, but you saw the glitz, the glamour of Lagos Liga. And that she's going to help us explain and transcend into us running very successful professional leagues. Yes, she handled a non-professional league, but she faced the battles that I'm sure that most professional leagues face. So yes, first of all, let me allow her say something to you guys. Sandra, it's very wonderful to have you on the stage today on this panel. How are you doing? How have you been between December then and now? I don't think we've started in a professional season since December till this time. How are you doing? How have you been? How is PhD treating you?
Hello, everyone. First, I'll start.
She has money. You see her voice.
Amen. Thank you, Joy. You listed out my CV. I think I might have potential